All right, we're just wrapping up here at this James Bond photo shoot. We have two cars that are both in the new movie, No Time to Die, which is coming out, who knows at this point. It's been postponed to November and December. It was supposed to come out in April, but we have the Aston Martin Superleggera. We also have a James Bond Spec 1965 Aston Martin DB5. I will tell you, it's a replica, but it has all the gadgets. It all comes on a remote control, so I'm gonna show you all that. But I should also mention that we're at this very James Bond-esque mansion. It's not mine. It's worth $22.8 million. It's for sale. I'll link it down below. So if you're looking for a mansion, this one's great.
First up, let's take a look at the BMW Z8, first seen in The World Is Not Enough. The car is a 2000 model year, but was released in the 1999 film.
Are you a fan of the red or not? Look at this iconic car. Woo! Chrome mirrors.
I got a chance to drive this thing and I absolutely loved it. The interior is both futuristic and retro at the same time. And the exterior is simple yet detailed enough, making it both stylish and sleek. Honestly, I've never gotten as much attention in a car as I did in this one. It's silver, it's not flashy, but it's noticeable and rare enough to evoke conversation from strangers and cars nearby all the time. It's smooth and comfortable, and I could definitely see it being a great daily driver, but they only made 5,703 of them.
Well, right now it's all about the house. This is Matt Gould selling the house. What's going on? Tell us about it.
It's one of the nicest waterfront house in West Vancouver. It is concrete and steel. It's a famous architect and the builder, Russell Hollingsworth, designed and built. It takes 6 years to build. Basically, it's a real bomb shelter.
What's the asking price?
Asking price is $22.8 million.
There we go.
But it can be negotiable.
Of course, front door here, but if you want to skip the front door, just walk across your waterway here. Artificial turf, so you don't have to take care of your lawn maintenance. And of course, you come out to your waterfront view.
And it's one of the nicest waterfront property in West Vancouver.
If you're new to the channel, I'm Mike. The channel is DownieLive, that's what it's called. Normally it's an adventure channel, which was all today. This adventure behind the scenes James Bond photo shoot, hence the tuxedo. Don't worry, it's rented. First thing you're gonna notice, a lot of carbon fiber on the roof, on the lower scoop. This thing is massive. This is essentially the modern version of this. And it's probably 1.5 times bigger. Look at the interior, because that's what you'll be looking at mostly. First thing you'll notice, flush handles. That is for aerodynamics, but also the door swings upwards at 11 degrees. And that is on all modern Aston Martins, and it is to prevent it from scuffing on the curb. All right, they have opted for the blue interior in this car, which might not have been my choice, but it is very well done. I love the red stitching. Everything is plush, everything is soft. There's tons of room in here, but the transmission is operated by buttons. I know that's becoming pretty common in expensive cars these days, but for someone who doesn't drive an expensive car, I thought that was pretty neat. But what you'll probably use most often is the engine. So I'm gonna show you, because it's a 5.2 liter V12 engine, super huge, super impressive. But more importantly, I just love any car that has the hood that opens this way. It's totally not necessary, so flashy, and I love it so much. As we move away from this Aston Martin to this is the James Bond car that you know as the James Bond car, because it's been in 8 Bond movies, including the new one, which I know we haven't seen yet, but it's in the movie as James Bond, kind of out of his personal collection. He pulls this old bad boy out. So this has all the working James Bond gadgets on it. It is a replica. It was actually made from a 1/8 scale model that they then just blew up the blueprints and made a 1:1 scale model, which is pretty mind-boggling. So let's start here at the front. The first thing you're gonna notice, beautiful headlights. Well, next thing you know, James Bond's got you in his sights, and those bad boys are machine guns. They pop out, take care of business. The villain pulls up beside you, well, he's got you taken care of. He has the tire shredder that comes out from the wheels. Next thing you know, you're interlocked, your tires are done, he gets away. As we continue around the back, as he's escaping, guess what? He's gonna use everything at his disposal, which includes a smoke screen. It includes an oil slick. Now, if you or the villain try to take offensive action against James Bond, he has more defenses up his sleeve. We have the bullet shield. This thing pops out the back, makes sure that all of its occupants are well safe. Let's take a look inside. It has a lot of the original gauges and switches, of course with a few additions. The first and my favorite is the phone in the door. I mean, I know we all have phones in our pockets these days, but you think back, this car was in Goldfinger in 1964. I know it's a 1965 car, but it was a prototype. Just like all Bond movies, the cars are always a prototype in the movie before they come out. I just love that. So down here you have your GPS, you have your map. This is going to tell you where to go. Careful not to touch the gear shift, because if you open it up and press that red button, well, you know someone's disappearing. Now, obviously this is a replica. It's 2020. We can't be tossing people out the roof of a car. So that's the only gadget that doesn't fully function. But what it does do is it thumps the bottom of the seat. And this whole roof does remove. You would need that off if you were to eject someone. But I do like the touch of the Union Jack. So this particular car is called the Q car because, of course, in the movies it is Q who makes the cars for James Bond. So the manufacturer calls themselves the Q car, and their business card is a casino poker chip with their email and phone number on it. Thought that was pretty great. Now you're probably asking, how would Bond operate all of these gadgets? Well, of course, it's in the center console, so you have all the buttons you need to squirt the oil, drop the nails, hit the smoke machine, fire the guns. What you might find more interesting than this car is the James Bond boat from The World Is Not Enough. This is Andy. This is Andy's boat.
Yeah, this is one of the 2 stunt boats. This did all the heavy lifting, I guess you say. Well,
this is the one that we see roll.
It is indeed. It's a barrel roll boat. It's a jet boat. Terrifyingly fast.
It has about 700 horsepower out of a Chevy V8 engine.
Well, a bit optimistic there. Probably
Okay.
350, which is plenty enough.
Plenty for a little boat like this.
Yeah. I ended up buying 2 of them at the end of the movie, and it was just our family boat for a while. We went tubing and water skiing, and and then it sat in the workshop for 20 years, and we just thought we'd dust it off. We knew Olivia was doing this, so we thought we'd dust it off, put it together. We really threw it together, but there it is. It's as it was in the movie, and who knows what next.
It's amazing. Looks awesome. Thank you, Andy.
Sure, welcome.
And this over here, this is the BMW R1200. It was also in the 1999 The World Is Not Enough with Pierce Brosnan. And we just happened to be yesterday scoping out at the marina to see where we could launch the boat. And this was parked there. The guy was next to it. And they just said, hey, this was in a Bond movie. We're doing a Bond photo shoot tomorrow. You want to be in it? He said, sure. So he brought it along. It's a real tight-knit Bond community. A lot of proud people just want to be a part of it. That's it. We did it. Thank you, Andy. Big help. Thank you, Matt, for the mansion. What a day. If you're new here, subscribe. I'm Mike. The channel is DownieLive. It's always an adventure of some sort, whether it's behind the scenes with James Bond or on a trip. But really, I don't know where I'm going next. But I know I want you there with me. So subscribe and come on. See ya.